ASMR of Decline. We're gonna whisper to you in wonderful whisper voices.
I think this is our second ASMR episode.
Yeah, we've done one of these before.
Yeah.
Because we're out of bits, we're out of routines. We just do things over and over again, expecting them to be different. Which is like that cliched version of what insanity is like. But in my experience, insanity is more like you're shitting on your brother's doorstep at 12 a.m. You know, crying, howling like a wolf in the moon, asking why doesn't your wife love me? Why does she love you, who looks exactly like me but has a cool scar?
And but the thing is, you don't even have a brother.
You don't have, it's not your brother, no.
You don't even have a brother at all, or a wife.
Your brother doesn't have a wife, you don't have a wife.
No.
You're not shitting on that doorstep at all.
Correct.
You're rescuing the president.
The president of the United States is famous rapper DaBaby.
Yes, the president of the United States is famous rapper DaBaby, and you have to rescue him.
You have to rescue DaBaby.
You have to jump in front of the bullet for DaBaby.
The bullet. Oh, is that the bad guy, the bullet?
The bad guy is the bullet. Yes, you have to jump in front of the bullet. He shoots bullets out of his guns.
Out of his cunt.
Out of his guns.
Can you speak up a little? Can we both speak up?
No.
Okay.
No. We have to do this.
We gotta speak up.
We gotta speak up eventually. We gotta speak up about DaBaby, who we just listened to today for the first time, because we're old men.
Okay.
Yeah, we played 2 seconds of DaBaby. Apparently, didn't he get in trouble for being homophobe? He was a little homophobic.
Welcome to the show. It's House of Decline. That was not DaBaby.
That was not DaBaby? Who was that?
That was 3-6 Mafia.
That was 3-6 Mafia. Oh, that's the Popped Collar song.
Poppin' my collar.
I think you referenced that earlier when you were talking about that used to be a thing that was cool, and then it became associated with white guys.
Did we talk about that? I have no idea.
Yeah, I think we've talked about maybe not on the show, maybe just casually in real life.
We're a day late, but a day late is better than a week gone.
Yeah.
Or what is the saying? A day late is better than a
Day late is better than a dollar short is what they always say.
Okay, sounds good.
That's what they say. A day late is better than 2 in the bush, you know.
2 in the bush.
Yeah.
And 1 in the stink.
Yeah. 2 in the bush and 1 in the stink. The old Australian line.
Yeah. We know who that's based on.
2 in the bush and 1 in the stink.
Crocodile Dundee.
Now we're killing abos. 2 in the bush and 1 in the stink. And now it's abo killing time.
Are you using a slur?
I'm sure that's a horrible
don't use that slur. You getting called out.
That's bad. Shouldn't do that. I guess I was subconsciously referencing the Monty Python Bruce's sketch where they say that.
Oh well, John Cleese.
They also say poofter.
Is that another slur for Aboriginal people?
Yeah, you shouldn't call them that. But that's what racist Australians call them.
Really, poofter?
Yeah.
I thought.
No, poofter's gay. Poofter's gay people.
Okay.
Because in the Bruce sketch, they go, "No poofters." Going no poofters over and over. Those are the rules. That's pretty fun. That's pretty funny.
For what? What is the rule for what?
It's the premise of the sketch is it's an Australian philosophy department, and a guy is all the members of the philosophy department are named Bruce, and they're wearing hats with corks dangling from them, and they're going over the rules of the department. Is rule 1, no poofters.
So the joke
rule
is
2, no poofters.
The Australians are bigots. Is the joke?
They're homophobic, yeah, and they're drunk. But they're also talking about Wittgenstein because that was a feature of Monty Python's comedy is, look at all the things we learned at Cambridge.
Okay,
we learned a lot of funny things at Cambridge.
I bet you they don't understand Wittgenstein. No one can.
No one gets Wittgenstein.
He was
no
crazy
one gets him like me.
He was crazy on purpose. The dude just wanted to be left alone and garden, and everyone was like, "Oh, but you're so smart."
He was like Ian Curtis,
Yeah, he was.
If he had the constitution for suicide, he would have done it in as cool of a way as Ian Curtis did.
I think he tried.
He tried?
Probably.
Yeah, but Wittgenstein, he doesn't say Wittgenstein.
Oh, I
doesn't
found
seem like here's the follow-through.
I found music that we can play on the pod, by the way. More than 1 or 2 seconds. There's this Russian guy named Yegor Letov. He's mentioned in Adam Curtis.
Okay.
But the reason we can play it is because the music was like distributed through Samizdat on tapes and shit in the early 80s, so there's no way it's copyrighted in the United States. It's commie music.
All right,
of course,
let's hear
it
some
sounds
pieces.
horrible.
Really?
It sounds
we'll all
like
be the judge of that.
Yeah. And basically the lyrics are like, my life sucks so much, I have no food. I'm eating.
This is folk punk.
I'm
It's
eating
just
my
Russian folk
neighbors
punk.
because I have no food.
Yeah. There will be a McDonald's at Gorky Park.
I love
wish
the
for the
oligarchs.
McDonald's.
I hope they come.
Do you think there's no Hooters in Russia, is there?
Yeah, I bet you there is a Hooters in Russia.
What is the Russian equivalent to Hooters? Do you think there's a Russian equivalent?
Hooters. Google, is there Hooters in Russia? Google's typing right now. Let's see. CourseHero.com. Hooters in Russia Part 3.
Okay. Apparently there is a Hooters in Russia.
Okay, so this is CourseHero.com. This is I found a PowerPoint on whether or not Hooters is a viable business in Russia. Agenda, market assessment, basic needs, financial, economic, political, legal, socio-cultural, competitive, mode of entry.
Right.
Okay. Hooters would not fall under a basic need for humans other than it does provide food. However, is there a desire for an American-style sports bar with scantily clothed servers? Russia is number 1 in the world in alcohol spending. Russian culture is deeply rooted in sports. They don't like talking about sex, but they like being sexy, and they have the binge drinking culture. So yes, there is. So wow, I can't believe I found this whole PowerPoint.
So you're getting pitched on this Hooters in Russia?
I think we should start one.
You think we should start franchising Hooters out in Russia?
Yeah. You can buy
They do
property.
have a lot of big titty ladies out there.
You can buy property online using Bitcoin.
We should have Hooters, but it's just like old babushka woman with like gigantic sagging tits.
Dude, Hooters in Russia is like an amazing sitcom idea.
You would.
We would, because the cast you would get would be some babushkas, some really fucked up gnarly people, like obviously no attractive people because we're making fun of Russia. So
Well, it would be funny. Everyone's just it's like Cheers, except everyone is visibly alcoholic.
yeah, welcome Hooters.
Have wings. Have wings.
She just says have wings over.
Yeah.
Have wings.
For some reason, in English, they say "have wings,"
Well,
because this is being pitched to an American audience.
Well,
this
Hooters
is like a
is
Big Bang Theory show.
Part of Hooters is having in Russia. Part of Hooters in Russia is having the American experience.
Yeah,
So yeah, have wings.
yeah, that's how we talk in America. Yeah, kind of. I have some wings in my freezer right now. I'm thinking to myself, have wings.
Are you gonna microwave those up?
No, I'm gonna bake them.
Oh,
I'm not a charlatan. I bake my frozen, pre-prepared meal
You
like
bake your
a king,
tendies?
like an adult.
You know what I'm making tonight, man? Filet mignon. That's right.
That's hot.
I'm in the
That's
fucking
hot.
Matrix, man.
That's you're doing what Cypher was doing.
Yes, exactly. The meat prices were insane.
Meat prices really good right now. Wait, why is that? I thought we were having a supply chain problem.
No. I'm sorry. I meant insane in a bad way.
Oh, okay.
See, when I use the word insane, it's always in a bad way. That way I stigmatize people with mental health problems more. Mm-hmm. Right. So I often say things like, that's crazy, when I see an accident or something.
Yeah. Or you'll say, oh man, that's totally Down syndrome when you see something bad.
Hey now, that's a chromosomal type thing. And
Yeah, but their heads ain't right.
okay,
you know?
but as far as I know,
No.
other kinds of crazy aren't chromosomal. You got that.
Sure,
weird-
there's lots of chromosomal crazies.
like well, maybe. Hey, maybe it's stuff on the chromosome we just don't know about that makes people crazy.
Yeah. For example, I have the asshole gene.
Yeah.
That's like a Dennis Leary bit. I'm born with the asshole gene, you know.
Do his voice. Can you do his Dennis Leary?
Nah, I was born with the asshole gene. They tried to splice it out, but it was too much of an asshole.
Yeah.
What the fuck? www.asshole.com.
He might actually punctuate that joke. He might be like www.asshole.me. Because that is a domain name, me.
I would like to be like Dennis Leary and get very deliriously angry over nothing, and then have people also mimic that rage.
Yeah, I would choose his life over mine. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you could be the star of Rescue Me.
I
Big
would
hit
not.
Rescue Me.
I would not choose his life. I would not choose it.
Not do your sliding doors with Dennis Leary.
I would not
do your Freaky
choose
Friday
his
with Dennis Leary.
life. I love my life.
If I switch bodies with Dennis Leary, I think I'd probably... He's an old guy by now. I wonder what he's doing. What's
He's
Dennis
probably
Leary doing
guesting in like high quality TV shows every so often, taking a big
He's
payday.
probably on some like Roku original that you haven't heard of. Mm-hmm. It's called like Tom's Farm, and he plays an angry farmer guy named Tom, presumably. And it's like Hope Core. It's like Squee Core, Hope Core.
It's you're kind of describing a show that's out right now. I think it's called Yellowstone.
Yellowstone is a farm-based Hope Core show.
Well, I believe it may not be Hope Core, but I think
Okay.
it's farm and wilderness based, and conservative people are really into it. And it's like about, I think it's Dances with Wolves is the main guy. I think.
Dances with Kevin Costner?
Sure, I call him Dances with Wolves.
You call him Dances with Wolves because that's his best role.
Yeah. I mean,
I
like
like those movies like where the white guy becomes the best minority out of all of them. You know, like Dances with Wolves or Last of the Mohicans or Avatar or Glory or The Last Samurai.
And what?
You know,
It's like Glory's like, and wasn't Ferris Bueller just the best guy for being the leader of all the black people?
He was the best guy.
Matthew Broderick was the hero we deserved.
Matthew Broderick is the point of that movie. The point is that the white man eventually learned. And that's why he's the star of the movie. There are no other stars of the movie Glory other than Matthew Broderick.
Oh, man. Yegor.
Yegor
Came back. Hi,
carrying
Yegor.
us through these racist jokes.
Yeah. Oh, man. Come on, Yegor. Play something else.
He's like the Billy Bragg of Russia.
Who's that?
Billy Bragg, he's like an English angry folk punk singer who's like, I was at the docks in the corner and the ladies kissing while Thatcher's beard was in the eyes of the demon knight, you know, like lyrical, angry at the Tories.
Sounds
you know?
like, so he's like Mark E. Smith?
He's commie. Well, no, Marky Smith he wasn't really angry at the Tories. He was just angry at everybody. I don't know how deep you can read into Marky Smith lyrics. They're kind of just speed nonsense.
You think?
A lot of them.
You don't think they're anti?
I'm sure all lyrics are laced with meaning, but it's like if you're just doing the thing laced. Yes.
Who we mean they laced with lyrics with meaning?
Alexander Shulgin.
Like we lyricists are just in a stupor, and the meaning is somehow extrinsically added in at the end by the audience.
I think, but that's the good thing about poetry, right? Is that it's kind of easy to generate. You can kind of just let the voice of creation flow through you. You know, do the whole You know, you do the whole free association thing where you just, like, I can do it right now. Like, suffering in the garden, we came across the lilies, and we tore the little petals apart. The corners revealed excellent satiety, and folding forth, I burdened into the stamen-like qualities. I was ascended, going towards the atmosphere, and inhaling a dank, solid wave of fortuity, and I came across a glimpse of an obnoxious soldier, a settler, one in the sky. You know, you can just generate that shit, you know, and then you can, I'm sure it has deep meaning to me in the moment, why I'm choosing those words.
We should do a whole...
A Folgers cup.
Let's do a whole podcast like that. We should do the rest of the podcast like that.
Just, entering a solid ball of wilderness, flowing from a cup of golden arches. McDonald's of the sea, McDonald's of the sea. McDonald's, come back to me. Get a McDouble, get a McRib. Listing all the sandwiches at McDonald's. This is poetry. We're listing all the sandwiches at McDonald's. McRib, McChicken.
Yeah.
Listing all the sandwiches at McDonald's.
That's great lyrics, man.
Yeah, these are great lyrics.
So what? So there. By me listening to it, I have laced it with meaning. Okay. How's that pizza roll? You're stuffing into your face right now.
It's so good.
Damn,
I
man.
don't hear my chewing sounds. My ASMR chewing noises.
You didn't bring enough pizza rolls for the whole podcast.
I wish I could hand you pizza rolls through Zoom. That's the technology we got to get working on, is the ability to hand stuff through the screen over Zoom.
Yeah, they have that in Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka. See, the cool thing about that TV thing in Willy Wonka is it's basically the Star Trek. What's it called? Materializer? What's the thing?
The replicator?
Yeah, it's basically a replicator.
Yeah.
Because Mike TV hands the chocolate bar through the screen or whatever. He's like, taste the chocolate through the screen. Yeah. Thank you, Roald Dahl.
They have to transmit a very large chocolate bar. It seems it would be expensive. There'd be a lot of overhead.
Every Veterans Day, I always thank Roald Dahl the most. Out of any veteran.
Because of his spy work?
He was shot down in an airplane.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Wouldn't he is he, I mean, I guess there's racist elements of his books. Like the Oompa Loompas were originally pygmies in the Willy Wonka. And then they changed him to horrible little men.
I mean, he changed it.
Did he write the movie?
No.
Did he write the screenplay for the movie?
No, but in the book, they're Oompa Loompas in the book. They're not pygmies in the book.
They're described the original Quentin Blake illustrations, which I think are still in the book, unless they've been edited out. Did they wokeify Willy Wonka like they did Dr. Seuss?
You mean the skin tone? You mean the skin tone of the Oompa Loompas? Yes, that may have been dark.
it still has this. They're depicted as being light skinned, but it's this they're an indigenous people that he takes away. They like working. Come work in my factory. They love
but also weird, Willy Wonka's kind of fucked up. I mean, he's like ruining children's lives permanently. So the notion
that I think that's what we need. We need to do body horror to our children in order to set them right.
He's committing crimes on children.
Yeah.
So he probably did go colonize a pygmy island and capture them all and make them slaves.
Yeah, why not? What if what if Willy Wonka's really big in Israel?
And then they in the book they're like, he's like, yeah, and they love it. They love it. And everyone is kind of like, wow, Willy Wonka is scary. Mm-hmm. He's like a rich, powerful, insane candy maker.
Yes, but like all of the candy makers.
You know what? He's nice to a poor kid. He's nice to the poor kid. So it's basically, I think he's like a class reductionist. And this is part of my new paper, Roald Dahl, the first post-leftist.
Beautiful. Everyone will love it. We should do a video essay. It'll be great.
I'm going to be a bread tube. I'm going to be
a bread tuber.
What if my username and my bread tube name was breadtube?
There you go. You'd be the guy. Has anyone thought of that before? That's crazy.
Yes.
Then everyone would be saying that, but you just make baguettes. That's the deal.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick.
Bread tube. It's a bad place. I mean, it's not a bad place. I think it's fine. I don't know. I don't watch any of it. I don't care. I watched a ContraPoints video the other day, and I realized I don't care. I don't care about this anymore. This feels like a young person's thing. I'm not a young person anymore.
Yeah,
I
you
like
should
Michael
be reading
Mann's
the Financial
Heat.
Times, frankly.
Yes, I should be. That's all I should be reading.
That's the
I should
only
be
thing you
reading
need.
I should be reading the Financial Times and watching old Fred Astaire movies.
There hasn't been a new ContraPoints video in 5 months.
Yeah, she can rely on that Patreon money to make. I mean, in between, she makes hour-and-a-half videos that get millions of views.
Yeah.
So she's fine.
That's crazy.
She's fine.
Her last video got 4 million views. That's
a lot.
nuts.
I watched it all.
That's
And
nuts.
then I formed a take on it, and I realized I didn't care about it.
The one about envy?
Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah. Don't watch it.
It just seems like I don't want to watch a movie about you talking.
But she literally does. I'm explaining social concepts with SpongeBob in it. That's the.
Okay.
And that's like, I mean, that's one of the, I forget who made it on Twitter, but someone was making a joke about the worst thing ever could be, it's socialist Kingdom Hearts memes. You know how everybody was doing Sopranos memes and it became instantly incredibly tiresome and horrible. And so what could be the worst possible version of that? But there are tons of people who do SpongeBob as socialism memes.
Well,
Mr.
hey,
Krabs is a critique on capitalism.
they're all trying to make a quick buck, make some easy money. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I hope that they're taking that money and sticking it where the sun don't shine, as they say in socialist circles.
That's what they say. That's what socialists say.
Comrades,
They
I've
use a
come up
bunch
with
of-
some approved insults we may use as
Yeah.
jibs and jabs in our DMs, our group DMs.
Yeah. We have stopped you. Can we say corn cob still? I
Whoa,
so love it when
point
people
of
say
order.
corn cob.
Point of order. You corn cob is related to the genocide of
Couldn't finish that one.
yeah. That's what socialists today do. Excuse me, you cannot use that word.
It's every DSA meeting.
Whoa! Did you just say wool?
I haven't had that experience in years about someone correcting me.
Got turned off and decided to avoid those people.
I guess so, but they don't. The most of the socialists I don't know in real life. I know a variety of people because that's what you do. You meet a people with a variety of opinions, and you have them as your friends because you like them for extant qualities beyond their political affiliation. Because that's the way to be normal.
You have done this. You have assembled a Justice League of varietable opinions.
Everyone from across the political spectrum. I have my Amish friend.
Mm-hmm.
I have my Maoist friend.
Mm-hmm.
I have my Nazi friend. You got to have a Nazi friend if you want to have a well-rounded worldview.
Who is that person?
Madonna. Madonna. I am friends with Madonna, and she's a Nazi. It turns out. She's a Nazi. Who knew? The song "Like a Prayer." The prayer is to get rid of the Jews. The song "Ray of Light." It's about using some sort of laser weapon to kill the Jews.
Oh, we should tell the listeners that we recorded 20 minutes of an episode yesterday, and that content is forever lost to time.
Yeah, it's lost to time. It was great. It was the best thing you've ever heard.
Remember?
I came up with a character called Harry Gassman.
Yeah, Harry Gassman. You did it for he did a Harry Gassman impression for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, who is Harry Gassman? You may ask.
Yeah. Well, Harry Gassman, he runs the gas factory. Harry Gassman runs the gas factory in town.
Right. And what I learned was that it's easy to confuse gas creation with inflations, like a blowing up of balloons.
Yeah, different industry. Yeah. That's what. And this incredible material is lost to time.
And you smash the atoms together to make the gas?
Mm-hmm. We smash the atoms to make the gas. And we talked about the good gas chambers. People were afraid of the bad gas chambers because of the Nazis and such. And which I know about because of my Nazi friend Madonna.
And you make the pleasing gases with like nice perfumed gases and helium to make your voice funny, and it's a nice gas chamber.
Mm-hmm. And just enough helium. Enough helium to not kill you.
It'd be great if you could change the gravity inside the chamber, and you could float with a high voice. Because my idea of like kind of like a perfectly zen type of thing is, I guess, a combination of the isolation chamber tank where you're floating in salt water that's body temperature and
altered state style,
and you have the foam on the walls so there's no sound, and it would be cool if there was also helium in there, so when you said stuff it was in a high voice.
I am at one with my thoughts. The universe is flowing through my body. I am nothing and I feel nothing. I am just an assemblage of protons, and I will go into the ether in as many clicks of an hour.
Yeah, I think good. I see your
That's
your point
good
there.
stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think everything would be better. All world events. You could get kids to pay attention in school if the voices are sped up. You know, like the chipmunks. I think, it's MLK today. People don't know that speech. But if people heard it really sped up like the chipmunks, it's, I have a dream.
Okay. So school in America is a disaster. Is it a disaster in Canada?
What do you mean school? It's in that we don't know whether to put them in or pull them out?
Yeah, we keep sticking the kids in and out of the schools. Being like, go to school, stop going to school, go to school, stop going to school.
It seems so obvious to me that they just shouldn't be, no one should be in school for like months until like the rate is back down to
the thing that would make the most sense would be to flip the school schedule so that school is like from fall through the summer until from spring through the summer until fall, and then stopping, and you have 3 months off during the winter. Right? Doesn't that make more sense?
Yeah.
I guess it would suck more, but it would be like during pandemic times we flip the school schedules. Maybe. Because you can't be outside, you can't have all the windows open or have class outside right now, and that would really help.
Maybe school should only be for 6 months at a time. Why do we need
school
school
should really
for 9
only be
months
until
at a time?
for like people until they're like 10 or 12, and then they can work after that. And because with their little hands they can do lots of jobs.
Yeah, they with their little hands. Bringing back child labor. I mean, that's the thing that you can find any conservative pundit who will kids today don't know how to do shit. Do we need to get them involved in the skilled trades?
No, anytime I say anything funny, like try to make a joke about bringing back child labor, everyone I know that's conservative is unironically like, yes.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a Megan McArdle column about what you might not know about child labor.
Well, that's an interesting thing about how how they're talking about how communism.
Their calluses could help them jack off better.
They were talking about how communism wants to destroy the family or whatever.
Yeah, I'll destroy the family.
The family was at one point destroyed by capitalism in the industrial era before the child labor laws.
How you say?
That because you send your kids off to work in the factory when they're like 6,
but
in
you're
industrial
still a family.
England. So that at that point, capitalism had destroyed the family.
Is that destroying the family, or is that making your family stronger? Because now you and your kid can bond over hating your boss.
You think it makes the more worker solidarity within the family?
Yeah, look at Tiny Tim and Bob Cratchit, which is, I'm sure, what every family was like in England. I'm sure it was exactly like that. So I would say that industrial capitalism actually strengthened the bonds of family.
Interesting. Well, we may be going back to sort of like factory style conditions with in the country, because so much of the jobs are becoming like Amazon warehousing or doing stuff sitting like in a call center. So it's like large groups of people. I guess the service workers they don't have that, but service workers have taken a huge hit, like percentage wise. They make up less % of the jobs now because of the pandemic. So,
Yeah. They found ways to automate everything.
which is like, I think maybe good, because the service, it's impossible for service workers to unionize because it's a million different individual companies.
Yeah.
So if all those,
Starbucks just unionized.
well, that's because they're a huge chain. Like,
Oh, you're saying
you know, in my town, there's like 50 different independent restaurants. And there's no way for all the waiters and waitresses there to unionize, because they all work for like
they don't form a large enough bargaining unit for each individual company.
I mean, they might in each restaurant, but each restaurant, it's like a union. It's hard for a union to argue with 50 different bosses and make 50 different contracts.
Which is why
each restaurant has different scenario, like has a different working
Isn't there
thing.
a food service workers union?
Yeah, I
Pretty
think
sure
there
there's a
is.
food
There's a
service
service workers union, but like it's generally much easier to unionize large companies, and so
The United Food and Commercial Workers Union, labor union.
what
I
I'm
don't
trying to
know.
get
Why
at
am I
is that
looking at the Wikipedia?
people losing their jobs at lots of restaurants and having to find work elsewhere may end up being good for the labor situation, because they'll be maybe working.
Yeah,
places.
now they'll be working in Amazon factories.
Right. And Amazon is unionizable. It has potential
argue.
to go that way. Whereas if everyone's working at 50 different restaurants, that's really hard.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this is the issue with unions, and why people point out unions they're not really a communist thing.
No.
Like they're a reaction to the power of the boss under capitalism. A union is still a capitalist entity.
Yeah, I mean, it's
But
kind
it's
of a
just
communist
designed
thing.
to-
They have that then in communism.
It has a collectivist idea, but it's not exactly like the state. It's not exactly like the. You know what? I just don't need to register my opinion.
I think they did the union things. I think they did unions in Russia.
Yeah.
Russia.
I don't know. I don't know anything about USSR history. I don't know anything about how it works. I just think it would be nice. If I had a free lunch every now and then. It's all they need to give me is a free lunch, and I'm satisfied.
Nothing
Some
like
nice Serrano ham.
like a bag of Sun chips and
A bag of Sun chips,
and a Diet Pepsi.
a Diet Pepsi, and a Granny Smith apple. That's all you need.
A turkey and Swiss on a white sub.
Yeah, that's all you need is a free. I bet you could, if you got a free lunch every day from the government, that would go a long way of restoring people's faith.
Just a turkey
In the
and
US.
Swiss dry on a sub.
Yeah, just dry on a sub. It's delivered to your door every day, whether you want it or not. That sub is going to appear on your doorstep. We're hiring millions of young people.
Oh, the
to be
first
couriers
lady
for this
is
project.
making us add in steamed broccoli.
Yeah.
Thank you,
But
First
you can
Lady.
take it off if
Yeah,
you want.
you can take it. You can throw it away.
It's
You go
your
to-
sandwich.
You
can
will
do
go
what
to
you
jail.
want.
You will go to jail, citizen. You will
go
go
to
to jail if you
sandwich
throw
jail.
away your steamed broccoli.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to. Obesity is a real problem in America.
Imagine we program the AI cops that are robots now
Yeah.
to enforce dietary things as well as
I
like
think we
the
should.
citizen, eat your vegetables. Also, stop resisting.
Yes, this is the nightmare. This is like a Babylon Bee article.
Yeah.
This is what they would think. What it,
You are
the
hereby
vegans have done it again. The vegans have their own Terminator. It's vegan Terminator.
Yeah. That'd be good.
You will eat your vegetables, you fat piece of shit.
They wouldn't be that guy. Arnold.
It wouldn't be the Terminator. No, they would make him look like Arnold.
They should bring
It's
Arnold.
the only voice that I can do.
They should bring Arnold back into the DC universe. I think that would bring Mr. Freeze back.
They should make him Mr. Freeze again.
Make a
man. He
Mr.
would say
Freeze
things.
movie.
The Ice Age, yeah. Make a very tragic, gritty Mr. Freeze movie.
It's 4 hours long.
4-hour Mr. Freeze movie.
Directed by Lars von Trier.
It talks about how he's...
It's just 4 hours of Arnold Schwarzenegger being like literally freezing. I'm freezing.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
Mr. Freeze.
freezing.
I'm
very
freezing.
cold. I'm freezing in the ice.
It would be beautiful.
Batman and Robin is a great movie.
Yeah, it is.
Is it possible to both ironically enjoy something and genuinely enjoy something at the same time?
I mean, when it came out, I was just like, hell yeah, more Batman. I'm in favor of Batman.
Yeah, I love Batman.
I
You were
love
7
Batman.
at the time.
I had Batman action figures.
Yeah, that's how I knew. Well, I think I loved Batman. Batman hooked me at an early age because of the wonderful animated series in the 90s.
Yeah, you were a sucker for animation.
Who doesn't love animation?
I liked,
animation. You can do anything.
I liked
You can kill a hooker.
Ooh, I liked
You
more
could
real life.
Kill 2
shows.
hookers.
I liked
What?
all that.
You liked all that? You were
all
big,
that.
That was more realistic. That was more true to your
I liked
experience.
Keenan and Kel. That was my
Keenan and Kel were great.
Yeah.
I love Good Burger. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. You should show that to Zoe
Okay.
and warp her minds.
Right now we're working on gross motor skills.
Nice. What do you mean gross motor skills? Like puking?
rolling over.
Okay. Why is that gross?
Because of the definition of the word gross has multiple meanings. Are you familiar with all of them, or do we have to get pedantic?
No. It's,
Are we gonna get pedantic?
rolling over is not that gross. I thought you were talking about puking. You were doing puking lessons. 'Cause
So you
that's
think this is
gross.
a joke podcast?
This is a joke. This is a podcast for japes and jibes.
Let's go back to this. Let's do this.
Okay.
Let's do this bit some more.
Let's do this bit. That's what we're gonna do some more.
It's hard out
So-
here. It's hard out here for a pimp.
Yes, that's Oscar-winning song by famous Memphis-based rap group 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah. It is hard out here for a pimp.
It is hard out here for, but we can confirm because we are sex traffickers.
Yeah. Well, that's not really what pimps do.
They do sex I know, but
No.
you know it's
Pimps do
tomato.
Pimps do some crazy things in the street.
Tomato.
Got a couple hoes working on the changes for me, but I gotta keep my game tight like Kobe on game
Pimp,
night.
sex trafficker. What's the
Taking
difference?
from a hoe? Don't know no better. I know that ain't right.
What I don't understand why you're splitting hairs here.
Done seen people killed. Done seen people deal. Done seen people live in poverty with no meals.
That's all of these can apply to a sex trafficker.
Yeah, it's fucked up where I live, but that's just how it is. It might be new
Don't-
to you, but it's been like this for years.
Don't diminish the experience of sex traffickers. With your pimp language, you think that just because you call yourself something else, you have one over us, you have nothing.
What's
You have less than
excuse me, what's a snow bunny?
A snow bunny? It's a white lady. You didn't know Snow Bunny?
Oh, I guess by the context and the lyrics, I could have made. I got a snow bunny and a black girl too. So,
Yeah.
wow.
There you go.
Well, isn't that
Context clues. You never heard of
Context
Snow
clues.
Bunny before?
it'd be funny in 25 years at school when they're like, we're analyzing Oscar-winning song. It's hard out here for a pimp. Now, Timmy, can you use context clues to figure out what snow bunny means?
Yeah, exactly.
It means a fat ass white bitch.
Correct.
Yes.
Wow.
Good Timmy. Good Timmy. You in our lesbian school, in our bisexual trans lesbian school, we
Yeah.
award you a gold star for your interpretation of these hip hop lyrics,
Yeah.
which we have deemed as high culture.
A gold-
Because we are the liberal left. We
And
are
if
the
you-
editors of Wikipedia.
And if you're an anti-masker, then it's a gold star of David.
Right.
Because if you don't wear a mask, it's like you're a Jew in World War II.
Exactly.
And I feel
That's what
bad
it's
for
exactly
you
like.
because Joe Biden is going to take all the fucking anti-maskers and put them in a train and send them to Harry Gassman's not nice gas chamber.
No, those are the worst gas chambers in town. And people ask us, why do you manufacture the bad gas chambers as well? And I tell them what I tell everybody: you gotta eat. You gotta eat.
Yeah.
So the gas chambers. It's funny because they scream for their masks, as they want gas masks, but they're anti-maskers. It's funny, and to prevent them from dying and such. But they just die. This is what's going to happen. I mean, sometimes you want them all to die, right? Sometimes you want these hindrances. Now, I don't know who's talking there. I don't know who that was. Was that a character, or were those my actual beliefs? Am I some sort of wacky eugenicist? You decide. You decide, audience.
You're a wacky eugenicist. Let's talk about the Joss Whedon article.
Sure, this came out today. Speaking of wacky eugenics,
Yeah.
that's the only thing that could have produced. Joss Whedon looks like if you shaved Harry from Harry and the Hendersons.
Okay.
You remember that movie?
No.
Where it's where John Lithgow gets a Bigfoot, and then he's like, "Go, get out of here!
Okay.
Nobody wants you. Get away, Harry!" It's so heartbreaking, and the Bigfoot is like, "Brr, brr." But he has to do it, or else the government will get Harry. Joss Whedon looks like a shaved one of the. He's an ugly man.
He looks like so he's the Beast?
The Beast from Beauty and the Beast was hot. Joss Whedon is
saying,
like.
Well, then is the Beast in Harry and the Hendersons? Is that Harry?
Yeah, but
Okay.
he looks like fat Bigfoot. He looks like Fat Foot. Mm-hmm. Which I can say because I'm Fat Foot.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm glad we can probably both say that.
Yeah. Our weights combined, we're one obese guy.
Our weights combined, we might be two obese guys.
Might be two obese guys. Oh my!
That's funny.
You cannot see us, listeners, but we're jabbering out all over.
My stomach is on my keyboard. I haven't
Yeah.
seen my keyboard because my stomach is on it, and I know I don't have a fat guy voice, but
What if we did the whole rest of the podcast in fat guy voices for Joss Whedon?
Harry and the Hendersons is a funny movie to watch at school.
Did you watch that movie at school?
I think so. I think they were like, time to learn something. Schools are a disaster right now.
they were always bad.
So Joss Whedon was in an article, and he said
there was a big article.
He said the things they've been saying about me, they just aren't true. I have a lot of pain. I come from a lot of pain. I have a lot of pain. And I need to do a lot of work. I need to do a lot of work on my pain. But what I said when I said that you're a fat bitch, you need to lose some weight, it's coming from a place of inner pain. So yeah.
He definitely does have a lot of pain. That's what we learned about him.
Yeah.
Is that he is filled with pain. But he's also a huge bitch. He's also a huge gay bitch. I picture him wearing a little ascot and with a cigarette holder and going, "They used to have stars back in the day and now they just have crap." Maybe I'm doing him more of a service than he is worthy of. But he talks in this incredibly catty way. This grand dame style of, "I've seen it all, honey. I've written everything." Like if Gore Vidal were like a fat piece of shit, he would be Joss Whedon. And also like not clever or good or, interesting or unique.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy who's like, you may have trouble understanding me because of the multisyllabic words that I am prone to use.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
He's
prone?
like-
I bet you're prone right now. You're prone.
He's like
boy.
someone that if you're a teenager you'd think is smart, but then you get a little older and then you realize the truly smart people are Scorsese.
Yeah.
Or Scorsese and Fassbender and all. But no, I don't care. But, Joss Whedon, there's this Vulture article that's been making the rounds. People have been commenting on it. What's it called?
The Undoing of Joss Whedon.
By Lila Shapiro. It's a long but thorough undertaking.
Oh, Lila Shapiro, she's fat. The person who wrote the article is fat.
Oh no!
As I say, there's bias here.
Yeah, that's how, but that you can tell.
Maybe you think we're the first podcast to comment on the weight of the writer of the article about Joss Whedon? Could we? Do you think we could stir up a little controversy?
We should stir the pot by making that the biggest thing.
Yeah, the real thing that's interesting is why Joss Whedon didn't
I'm
mention
looking at a
anything.
picture of her. She's not fat.
She's huge.
She's a whale.
I mean,
She's a gigantic fat piece of
if
shit.
Joss Whedon called Charisma Carpenter fat,
Yeah.
who
That's
is
very funny.
like, I don't know if you've seen her, but you would not.
Skinny.
You would not describe her as fat ever in any universe.
Yeah. On the set of Angel, which is a very funny show to be very serious about.
It's a great great show.
You watched Angel? You
Yeah,
liked
it's where
Angel?
the guy that played Pete in Mad Men got his start.
Yeah, as Angel's son.
Yeah, his weird, and his son. It's basically his son is like, it's like a Jumanji kind of son. They like open a portal.
He was raised in the demon world.
And his son jumps out, and he's like, "Oh, how did I get here?"
Yeah.
And the whole show he's doing a Robin Williams impression.
Yeah, that's what's it.
Oh, I'm in this crazy angel world. Oh, he's a vampire, but he has a heart. Oh, Joss Whedon, he's being very mean to me. He's calling me fat. He's saying my penis is very small. Oh.
That's why Robin Williams killed himself, because Joss Whedon was
Okay,
bitchy
but
to him.
it's not Robin Williams. It's the guy from
It's Vincent Kartheiser. Yeah.
Vincent Kartheiser who plays Pete in Mad Men.
Yeah. Yeah, Angel is a wackadoo show.
Great show. I watched that entire show freshman year of college.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
Yeah.
We were doing the same thing.
We were both watching Angel at the same time, like our periods were syncing up, even though we didn't really know each other.
No, we didn't know each other freshman year.
Yeah. So
You were lampshade head guy.
I was lampshade head guy. In order to get attention, I would wear a lampshade and stand in the darkness in the middle of the night.
Oh, and you got
'cause
attention.
I'm autistic.
You got attention,
Yeah.
all right. You were like, they were like, "Do you need therapy?
yeah. I was a weird guy. I'm still a
you
weird
need to go
guy.
to the therapy. I guess you need to, this guy should send lampshade guy to therapy."
I thought it was funny.
Mm.
People don't get my art. So I found solace by watching Angel and by being amused by all of the wonderful subplots, like him having to sing karaoke. That's so funny.
Maybe if I put the lampshade on my penis, they will talk to me.
People like. I mean, that's how you know the penis is the life of the party, if it's got a lampshade on it.
Maybe if I put a lampshade on my dick. Am I making you feel bad?
I'm so sad.
Are you sad
right
now?
So sad. No.
Maybe what if I put the lampshade on my nipples?
No, it's very funny. Maybe I'll run around with a big sign saying I'm a big fag in my ass, you know?
Did you do that? You didn't do that.
You know, that's what I would do is, you know how they have those guns in movies that shoot bang instead of actually shooting, it has a flag that says bang? What I would do is I would blow on my thumb and a flag would come out of my asshole and furl and say fag, and, you know, that's how I would get attention. And it would also make a honking noise as well. And
No, the lore is that you were lampshade guy until someone gave you a joint, and then you transmogrified.
transmogrified into normal man.
And then you became
I'm a
normal.
normal guy
No, then you
now.
became Jack Dump.
And Jack Dump is the lampshade man. Well, then I started wearing a cardboard box on my head.
Yes. That was when we began collaborating.
Yeah, but that was a controlled. That was not just That was not just lashing out in anger at the world like Lampshade Man. There was a specific purpose and clarity of vision.
Artistic vision, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
To do awesome
Exactly.
videos, often with a dildo.
Yeah, because I had a dildo, so you had to incorporate
And
it.
you lived
because
in,
dildos are funny.
You were helping maybe the second or third wave of gentrifying Brooklyn.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
pitched in the great project.
Yeah, we did it, folks. We did it. We can get Roberta's anywhere now. Get Roberta's style pizza anywhere. You love Roberta's, you fucking assholes.
Is that where they got the tomato on top of the cheese? Is that
No. Roberta's is the one that has the naan-like bread.
Mm.
It has bread that's similar to naan, and so it's not usual, puffy pizza dough that I like so very much. I don't like the Roberta's pizza. I think it's not pizza. It's something different.
You know that meme?
It's like
on
it's like a
Twitter?
tomato naan.
You know that
What?
meme on Twitter that's like, you see this haircut, price of rent's going up.
Yeah. Someone with like a horrible mullet haircut, an Anna Kay style mullet haircut.
I don't think she's got that haircut anymore.
Does she not have that haircut?
I don't
anymore?
know. If
Who
you go
knows?
to,
I don't care.
If you go to the subreddit, you can get pics. You can get the pics.
Yeah, you can get the pics. Everybody likes the Red Scare girls. Everybody loves them. Although a very funny thing did happen recently with one of the Red Scare girls, was Dasha arguing with Varg Vikernes.
On Twitter?
Yeah,
Weird.
that's great.
Why?
It's so funny how online Varg is. It takes away all of his mystique. You just see him liking photos of girls, of blonde women in babushkas.
That's weird.
Do you
no.
think Varg? We should collaborate with Varg to make the first Swedish Hooters. Where is Hooters franchised? I'm gonna look up where. Is because we have them in Canada. In fact, there's a very famous one.
Oh, okay. So someone posted a pic of Dasha that's saying reject modernity, embrace tradition because she's wearing like a bonnet.
Yeah.
And Varg was like, tradition is not
Fucking
wearing
gross.
a pound of makeup. And so Varg was like a catty bitch. And then Dasha says,
He's just like Joss Whedon.
he says,
You're wearing too much makeup,
so
honey.
then Dasha replies, why is this criminal disparaging me? And Varg replies, it is praiseworthy to do what is right, not what is lawful. And Dasha says, murder isn't right, you sick Scandinavian freak. And Varg replies, well, I murdered, in quotes, a perverse communist who planned to knock me out with a shotgun, tie me to a tree in the forest, and torture me to death whilst filming it. I have no regrets whatsoever. Good riddance. P.S. I am still waiting for my diploma. I don't know what that part means. But he sounds like a total blonde, which is funny because that's what he's obsessed with.
Yeah. It'd be funny if that's how Varg talked, if he just talked in this Valley Girl voice.
I think he
I'm
does.
so depressed. I'm so tired all the time. I'm going to read Philosophum lyrics.
Very, very funny.
He is the Philosophum.
I mean, he used to be a bread tuber, basically. He used to seriously.
That's funny
He
to call
got
him
kicked
that.
off YouTube, but he used to just do philosophy videos where he was like, the reason why the people with blue eyes are superior is because they can see very good close up in caves. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's why we're better. That's interesting, because when we're not in caves, we can't see jack shit. Mm-hmm. But that is, that's all the shit he talks about.
When night falls, she cloaks the world in impenetrable darkness. A chill rises from the soil and contaminates the air. I guess I'm just... there's no differentiation between my stereotypical gay voice and my stereotypical Valley Girl voice. What do Valley Girls sound like? I gang me with a span. I guess I'm referencing something which is very dated, because nobody talks like that anymore. That was But everybody talked like that for a brief
was
period
so
from
cool.
1988 to 1993.
It was so cool. The Valley Girl thing, the Valley Girl phenomenon
Yeah, and that's when Varg was relevant too. It's from the late 80s to the early 90s. That's his time to shine. It's Burzum's time to shine, baby.
That's so funny.
When night falls, she cloaks the world in impenetrable darkness.
Are you?
Chill rises from the soil
Is
and
this Burzum
contaminates
lyrics?
the air. Suddenly, life has new meaning. Life has new meaning. Meaning. Yeah, these are Burzum lyrics, but I'm reading them like Liz
Hey man,
from.
you got to be careful.
Kroll
According
Show.
to Varg, Burzum is the music of Burzum is a magical spell. If you read his website, have you ever read it?
No.
It's interesting because he does have an interesting theory of music. So,
What are Varg's interesting theories about music?
well, he thinks music is magic.
Sure, but is he like in that chaos magic way where it's just repeating a word enough makes it into reality?
Do you believe in magic?
I believe the power of suggestion,
Do
which
you
I think a lot of people
believe in
confuse
magic?
for magic. Wasn't that?
I did not call her fat.
For some reason, you just reminded me of the band Magic! And their song Rude. It just for some reason that popped into my head like a cultural tumor. And now the song is in my head. Why you gotta be so rude? Fucking assholes.
Ooh.
They named their band Magic
Ooh, that's
with
a
an
good
exclamation point. What losers!
That's a good name.
It is a great name. That's more bands should have exclamation
I had a
points.
real good name for a band. American Accent.
That's a pretty good name for a band.
Yeah.
I've had the band name that I want that I have in my head for playing Dark Souls is Twin Humanities.
Okay.
I think it's a pretty cool name for a band.
I
Twin
don't know.
Humanities.
What kind of music is that?
We'll play Dark Souls music.
Dark Souls
We'll
music?
we'll play rock music about Dark Souls. We'll talk about Dark Souls.
American.
And Orlando.
I mean, American Accent is like Tom Petty plus, probably just Tom Petty.
American Accent sounds like a Midwest emo band. Sounds like I guess I'm thinking of American football or something like that. They sound like it starts like she left me in a gutter pile. They say it like that.
Well, did I talk
An
on the
American
show
accent.
about the band name Finger Tapping at Five Guys?
Finger tapping at Five Guys.
think I
Have you
did.
talked about? I haven't remembered.
Well,
but-
now I'm remembering there's actually a band called Five Finger Death Punch, which is pretty similar.
Right.
So
Five Finger Death Punch. That finger tapping at Five Guys.
it's imagine if we played a show. Those two
Yeah.
bands, Five Finger Death Punch and Finger
Death
Tapping
Punch
at
and
Five
finger
Guys.
tapping at Five Guys. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a mouthful.
Yeah. People would love it. It would be the Five Guys. It would be the Five Finger Guys
bands.
tour.
The finger
Yeah,
band.
the Five Finger Bands. Yeah.
We're playing at at Finger Lakes. It's five.
There was a Canadian band called Finger 11, and there's a Canadian post-rock band. Not post-rock, Canadian post-grunge band.
I remember Finger 11.
Called
Yeah.
Finger 11. Did they break into the U.S. too?
A little bit. Yeah, they had a hit. I remember because I was really into like alternative rock. I was, I'd love. I was
You liked
102.1.
post-grunge music? You liked Everclear? You're a big Everclear fan?
No, Everclear was not.
Puddle of Mud.
Puddle of Mud was fun.
Did you take it all away? Man, Kurt Cobain really... Everyone just tried to sound like Kurt Cobain for a while.
Yeah,
They all failed.
The Puddle of Mud guys did sound a lot like him, and everyone
Yeah.
was mad at him.
Wes Scanlon. He's had a few run-ins with the law.
Did you
But
see
haven't we
recently the Smash Mouth Blackout Drunk video?
No, there was a Smash Mouth Blackout drunk video.
Yeah, the lead singer for Smash Mouth was playing a show and he was blackout drunk and doing a really bad job. And it's a very funny video. I suggest you search for it.
I'm sure a lot of people commented under it, more like Smashed Mouth. Am I right, people? He's drunk. His child died at an early age. Steve Harwell had his
Oh, really?
baby
How?
died.
What happened?
I think it was. It might have been a pool thing. It might have been a disease. I'm going with disease. I'm going with heart failure. But yeah, he lost a child.
Okay, yeah, it's Smash Mouth singer Steve Harwell threatens fan in wild concert video. It's from 3 months ago.
Okay. Why am I only now learning about this?
I can put it on
You're
right now.
supposed to bring these things to me. You're supposed to bring all Smash Mouth news to me.
Unintelligible speech.
This is the TikTok video. You know that thing they do with TikTok where they have a voice reading the
Yeah,
text
I don't
on the
like
screen?
it. The TikTok, I'm too old. I have aged out of it. It's not for me. I don't understand the format. It bewilders and confuses me, and I
Maybe
refuse
we should take
to
back the
adopt.
culture, man. Maybe we should take it back from these Zoomers.
Yeah.
How are we going
It's
to take
these
back
goddamn Zoomers.
How are we
going
going to take back the culture?
What we need to do is we need like I think we need Woodstock again. I think we need to do millennial Woodstock.
We need to make millennials feel okay about Generation X again, our big sisters and big brothers, because right now millennials are obsessed with appealing to Zoomers, and really we should be obsessed with appealing to Generation X, and we should all wear flannel. We should buy...
No, we should dilute it with our culture. Everyone loves Animal Collective.
There's a pedal.
Here, it's Animal Collective
There's a
for
guitar
you,
pedal
you
I would
fucking
suggest
pricks.
that everyone go out and buy this one special guitar pedal called the grunge pedal.
Yeah.
And if you buy this pedal, you will have happiness in your cultural output.
There you go. Well, I was reviewing actually my cultural tastes the other day, and they're firmly, it doesn't really exceed past the 80s that much. Like, I don't, like, most of my top albums don't come in the 90s, except the hip-hop ones. Maybe I was born in the wrong generation. I should have been born in a future generation where
Yeah.
they have invented future funk.
Well, you don't like Radiohead, so...
I don't like Radiohead.
That's a lot of people love Radiohead. They're very.
I think they're
90s.
simpering. I don't like music. I don't like music that's too. I don't know. What's the saddest music that I like, or the most performatively sad music? I'm not really a sad music intaker.
I mean, Tiny
Maybe
Tim
that's-
is tragic.
Yeah, there is a tragedy to Tiny Tim, but that's what I said. It's not performatively sad. Performatively, he's a big weird goofball. But did I like the Mount Erie album about his dead wife?
Yeah.
No.
No,
I did like that album though, but it's not up there. That's a pretty sad album. I was never a
sad.
Smiths listener. What's a sad album? What's the saddest album that you like sad music? You're a fan of sad music. You like The Cure.
oh, I love The Cure, but they're not. I guess they're pretty sad.
I think
Typo
the saddest-
Negative is the saddest music I like songs like
Yeah.
"Love You to Death" and "Everyone Dies."
Yeah.
That's great.
You like Morphine. Morphine's pretty... they're not really sad. They're kind
Morphine is
of
like-
tough.
Yeah, not quite sad. They got a different vibe. They're cool. Morphine's just cool. Like the and I mean multiple versions of cool. Like the temperature cool. And that's really the only two meanings, I guess. Cool is to be cool or cool.
I think the saddest album that I regularly listen to is probably Pink Moon by Nick Drake. I think there's something, but it's not even sad. I would describe it as scary. There's like a really scary, there's like a spookiness about that album. The haunting quality.
Yeah, that's all-time classic.
Yeah, I love Nick Drake so much. I love that guy.
Oh, you should check out John Martin.
John Martin?
Yeah. John
What's he
Martin was
doing?
Nick Drake's good friend. Mm-hmm. And then he got really sad when Nick Drake died, so he started putting out sad music.
There you go.
So
It's a chain reaction.
John Martin's best album is Grace and Danger. It's from 1980, and it's an amazing divorce album. It's very sad. Highly recommended. I listened to it
good sad
nonstop,
music.
and my dad broke his hip.
That's a good time to be sad.
I was freaking out, man. I was working for a cable company. I was tearing my wrists up doing cable stuff. It's bad times. Well, that was this week's weird ass episode. Like and subscribe to our Instagram.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Definitely go on Instagram.
That's where we're at now.
That's where
all we do.
That's where all the posts are happening. That's where you get all our content there. Yeah, and next week we may or may not be back. What do you got to say? What are you doing this? What are you doing this week?
What are you doing this week?
What are you gonna do?
You do anything? What are you gonna do?
You gonna like go shopping? Gonna get more pizza rolls?
Yeah.
Really?
Wait, have we ended the show?
No, we're still going.
Oh no! Oh my god!